to live each day and smile at the joy that I hold in my hand. This time when I go, will I take her with me? I'm sitting here, should I leave it all again? Oh, will I take her with me? Oh, will I begin again? Oh, will I take her with me? Oh, will I begin again? Follow me, dear, through until the morning. I'm not alone like I thought I was before. See you in light with the shadows forming. I smile now, 'cause I feel you from before. Whoa, will I take her with me? Whoa, will I begin again? Whoa, will I take her with me? Whoa, will I begin again? I lost track of the plans we made when I was living my own way. You remind me of what I know. Anywhere I'm home. Will I take her with me? Will I begin again? Will I take her with me? Will I begin again? Will I take her with me? Will I begin again? I'm coming home now, a change of season. I feel it's time to leave everything behind us. I miss the ocean, a place of healing. I miss the way that place would make me feel inside. This life's a journey, it's made me who I am. So let's embrace it and turn the page, my friend. Don't regret it, it opened up my world. I'm starting over, back where I belong. Now I'm home, I feel like I'm letting go. I know I need a change, 'cause now I'm home, I feel like I'm moving on with time. I hope you feel the same. 'cause now I'm home. I feel like I'm moving only time. I hope you'll feel the same. I'm coming home now, a change of season. I'm starting over, it's what I needed.
Bom dia a todos. Obrigado por estarem presentes nesta 49ª edição do CINANIMA, Festival Internacional de Cinema de Animação de Espinho. Estamos numa Masterclass hoje na Praça Progresso com o Nicola Gioia, o nosso convidado, um dos júris desta edição, e que traz consigo um tema muito interessante devido à ligação entre o trabalho como youtuber e depois nessa linha o que o levou pelos caminhos da animação. Nicola, thank you so much for being here. Welcome everyone to the 49th edition of CINANIMA. In this masterclass, Nicola Gioia will introduce his way, his path, professional path, since he started to be a YouTuber, and then his path towards animation as a professional. Thank you, Nicola, for being here. So, please.
Thank you, Christina, for inviting me, and hello, everyone. And thank you to also the whole organization of CINANIMA for an honor and a pleasure. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing the masterclass in Portuguese, so this was just a fake out. This make it international. So, as Christina nicely already anticipated, I started out as a YouTuber. I still am. I do make some videos here and there, as we will talk about it. Are there any? Does anybody here post on YouTube or maybe social media? I don't know. Oh, okay. So maybe we'll have some interesting questions for you or the rest of you. So let's dive in. This is me. But it's funny that in Portugal and in each part of the world I go by different nicknames. So here I'm Nico. You can call me Nico here. Sometimes I'm Nico, sometimes I'm Nikos. It depends. And I'm from Italy, so maybe you would picture this. But I'm actually not from Naples or from the south of Italy, the other parts maybe of Italy, but I'm from the north, from Torino specifically. And just to introduce you more and more to who I am, this is a picture of me. I was, I think, 8 years old here. And it's funny because it's very hard to find a picture of myself when I was a little kid without me holding some kind of robot or a monster or an action figures of any kind. As you can tell, it's quite difficult. I've been digging up, but any place I would go, I would take something with me. Why, you ask? Well, I was a very lonely child. No, no, of course not. But let's say I had a lot of imagination, and I wanted my toys to come to life in some way in my head. So what do you get when you mix that, and also a passion, a huge passion for animation and how it's actually made? I had a ton of DVDs with behind-the-scenes content about how films were made, and especially animated films. Like I loved the Pixar films and loved watching like all the behind-the-scenes and making-of content of these films, and it just captured my imagination, right? So what you get when you have, you know, a nerdy kid who's really into robots, monsters, and all that stuff, and, you know, some interest in filmmaking. Well, you take it all up, you put it in a blender, and then you mix for around 14 years, and this is what you get. Prepare yourselves. It's gonna be well, a bit of a letdown, isn't it? Well, I just took out a little camera I had, and I started taking pictures of this action figure of mine, of an Optimus Prime figure, of a transformer. And this is my kitchen. My mother, who's probably watching me from home back in Italy, will say, "Oh my God, you're showing our kitchen to like all CINANIMA and the whole world." Like, those were her concerns. My concern was, "Oh my God, I made him move," and stuff. So it was the first step of my animation career. I wouldn't even call this animation. I was just playing with my toys. But it's funny that at the end you also see a LumaCam production. So I was already in the mindset of producing stuff. So LumaCam is the name that would become, you know, my YouTube name, as you will see maybe in the next slide. Yes, LumaCam Studio is born in 2011. So I'm now 27 years old, so it's been more than half of my life doing this stuff, and mascot of LumaCam. This is the logo. So, thank you. Applause. My 13-year-old self making. Thank you. Well, not watching it now. It's me filming with the camera and casting a shadow on the set and stuff. The reason why it's called LumaCam is because in Italian means snail. So I just had this strange idea. So there's that, and then there's the subject matter of me making videos with Transformers action figures. So for those of you who don't know, it's just robots turning into vehicles, cars, trucks, and all that, which was really is a passion of mine. A bit. And anyone here a nerd for of crowd? Okay, fine. It's fine. The films are, we know they're kind of trash, but so this was my second ever animation. As you can see, I put myself to a very difficult task of recreating a movie scene with not one or two characters, but like 20 characters. You know, I wasn't a very good producer in that sense. I wasn't ready. The production was not ready. I didn't have the budget. But as you can see, I was just having fun, and recreating movie scenes was a big part of what I would do. So let's take a look at the numbers, because I would post these videos on YouTube, because that was my inspiration. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos by people who are making this kind of stuff. I will learn stuff from the internet and put it in my productions, on my videos. So so far, these are the stats of Lumaken. It's been 14 years. I now have 37,000 subscribers right now. And in total, it's around, I'd say it's around 150 million. Feel all this with this kind of stuff? Well, no, of course not. It's been 14 years. So now we'll take you on a bit of a journey on how this all came to be. Because, oh yeah, history of Lumaken. Let's dive in. And just a way to analyze what I was doing and why I got kind of successful in that sense. In the first years, as I told you, I was doing recreations of movie scenes. So what you did, what you saw here was just me taking the audio from the films and reanimating what I was seeing on screen with toys. And that was the easiest way, of course, of the easiest way to make something. But then I would also do comedy skits. Transformers Go to the Zoo, where a very funny scene comes in a few minutes, but in a few seconds. So basically, I was having fun, and my first subscribers and friends were also having fun with me and giving some feedback along the way. In the first 3 years, as you can see, it's been time. I only got to 100 subscribers. Grabs giraffe as a sword. Anyways, just 300 subscribers, so that's not a lot. I was posting videos very infrequently, very irregularly, so I didn't have in mind a strategy. Everything changed in 2014 because I started doing parodies of films, not directly linked with Transformers. So this was the time where I made Transformers versus Jurassic Park or Transformers versus the Avengers. So I would gather, fandoms from different parts of nerd culture and unite them with these videos. These started becoming very successful because I was getting my first million. And this got me, 4 years to 34,000 subscribers. So you see the growth I got. Garden, and maybe you can see some of my geese in the background, or maybe. And then the rock and roll era, where I really blew up, because in 5 years I was working on original format, so it wasn't parodies or anything that you could see at that time, but I was doing my own thing. Where this video originated. This is my most viewed video. Got like 25 million. I got 253,000 more subscribers, and even crazier than before. And this video in particular is interesting because it's called Bumblebee versus Cheetor. Basically, it's a battle royale between different versions of the same character from different universes. If that rings a bell, it's very close, kind of close to Into the Spider-Verse. I made it for Spider-Verse. So in a way, I like to think that I kind of anticipated the multiverse craziness got around the nerd culture. So in a way, I was doing very well with the ideas as well. Like that was also very important, having nice ideas, formats that I could my own and over more and more fans. So let's touch upon a little something that may interest you more than just robots moving. Let's talk about monetization. Because of course, what years went on, this became more than a hobby. To become sustainable, I was making money. Indeed, don't know how that works. Basically, puts advertisements before videos, as you probably know, and those advertisements generate money that goes a bit to YouTube and a bit to the posting accounts. So what we YouTube track the algorithm, try to and try to understand the trends and how to get more and more views. Yeah, so basically we become like conspiracy theorists and try to envision and anticipate the algorithm. So these are some rules that I made up while on my experience, during my experience in YouTube. A very good day to post for me, for example, was Thursday. Why? Because basically it's towards the end of the week and people are starting to get relaxed and they start going online a bit. They want to see more. First wave of people on Thursday that watch the videos, they give it a little push in terms of views, and then comes the weekend, and that's where the big numbers come in, because YouTube, the algorithm sees that people are interested maybe on Thursday in the video, and then it works in the sense that YouTube then pushes the video if it's been successful and people have been watching it nicely and commenting and liking the video. So Thursday is a good day to good day to post for me. The thing about posting regularly with a schedule, it's good. It's not essential. In the first years, I tried for some months to post a video every 2 weeks. Probably know animation takes a lot of time. So on one regard, animations were not that great during this period because I was pumping out animations very frequently, and so I needed less time. I had less time to make them. So then it became something that I would post like every month. But then during the rock and roll years, I was posting 2 or 3 videos a year, and people were waiting for my videos to drop. So there was an interest in my content that went beyond, a regular video every now and then. The series, what I call the versus series, the one where different versions of the same character fight, that was 1 video a year, and people were waiting a year to see the continuation of this series. And I built. So if you have a good concept and good ideas and a good story that grabs people's attention, then that's incredible for your following. Something I would do is, of course, with my parodies, is making content that is connected to upcoming films or TV series, and that happened with the Transformers versus Jurassic Park thing, for example. And you can try doing that on your social media. Of course, that could be also linked to festivities like Christmas or Halloween. That's the basics, of course. And then, of course, in the Adult Swim way of trying new things and what sticks. So always try a bit of something new and interesting that obviously has to come from your heart or from what you like, and see where that goes, how your audience reacts. And then I had to become my own producer, in the sense that I was starting to invest in new equipment and softwares. So on the one hand, there's this, and then also I was putting in newer and more up-to-date figures to attract the nerds and the fans who are interested in the new products that Hasbro and Transformers were offering. And then, if you had a lot of ideas, I have a list of ideas also right now. I just don't have time to make them all, but a priority list of what to do at a certain time. Because, of course, an idea with an upcoming movie can be very successful if there is a following on the other side. And finally, build the brand. So this is the new Luma can that you see here. See the difference? I want to go back. Handmade. But this was just me as a upgrade and make it more modern, so to speak. So there's the whole YouTube life, and then there's real life. What was I doing? Well, I studied cinema and media engineering in Torino. That's there. That's it. That's there. That's where I live. And this course only exists there, and it's basically a mix of all this that you see, apart from mathematics and all. So you have a history of cinema, you make short films, you graphics, virtual reality, social media studies, a lot of things, and that really make up your mind about how the media industry works. So you can go out of these studies this, but also producing how it works. So this animation, I did, for example, a demo of a video game and a virtual reality with the Egyptian Museum. So lots of different things, and as you can see here, no stop motion, no transformer stuff. Like this was a completely different thing. I'm going to show you a little project that I did and some of my other friends. So these are my friends also. And this was a university project from only one course. So, and you can see how I applied what I learned with you and animation project, because actually there was no animation course in university. So what me slowly starting to understand that I wanted to become an animator, I had to what I learned amateur way and have it of course. Now this is not true anymore, because I started teaching in September a new course about animation. So in a way, I I did my part in trying to change things, because what I learned was through, of course, the books and watching a lot of stuff. Of course, you will know maybe. I don't really know, but the Bible of animation, the Animator Survival Kit, for which I have a very huge admiration for this, and the figure of Richard Williams, for example. And then, apart from this, came the other part of doing internships, and I did one in Robin, a studio in Torino. It's a creative media studio. Thanks to the guy, Ricardo, now my boss. He was my professor at university, and he grabbed me and come. So he got me in a studio in a production environment, and I could do storyboards. I could some animated content and a lot of cultural stuff as well. Robin worked a lot. And we have worked with the Egyptian Museum, for example. That's our main client. A lot of museums in Torino. If you will go there, there's a lot of stuff in museums that I have worked some way worked on, for example. And finally, I was able to produce and direct my own short film there. This was my thesis project for the university, and I was able to use it completely in this. I want to show you the trailer. Well, as you can probably tell, I poured all my animation passion into this and everything I knew. You see, there was stop motion, 2D, 3D animation, all kinds of techniques. And it was a nice closing chapter for my studies. I was doing stuff in a way that production would do. Sheets. This was all pretty much all me. I had some help on the backgrounds. That's were 3D, and I had help on that. But everything else, I animated, I modeled. It was in total, I spent 13 months working on this, and it's 4-minute short. So that's a lot of time, especially compared to what I was doing on YouTube. And well, for example, here's some behind the scenes stuff for the stop motion and that. So I had the character of Anton, stop motion puppet on a green set, for example. And then I would also do some 2D animation. And only one, trying to understand the workflow, even though I had never been in an actual production so far. And this was the thesis project to basically put mouth tracking on a stop motion character. So I did a photogrammetry of Anton. Basically, you take a puppet, and then I would get a 3D model out of it, and then I would sculpt a mouth on this model, and then track the stop motion photography head, and then put the face on, and basically have this. A bit of compositing to mix it all up and have it nicely. This is something that nowadays a lot of stop motion productions do. This obviously helps. I don't know if you know how stop motion works exactly, but having different faces for a character is not easy, and it's very time consuming from a production standpoint. So nice way to. And then you would go on and have its festival run. It's been to CINANIMA 2 years ago as well, so that was a great joy. Just like my surname. Surname Joya means joy. And then I finally graduated. So what came next? Well, I also became a professor, as I told you already. I teach courses at the the School of Comics, Genova, and the Polytechnic of. So yeah, and I do workshops here and there, and all that. But then the course of events changed completely because in Torino there's this event called conference where a lot of people from VFX and animation were getting invited. One of the invited guests was the Aardman Academy. So Aardman is the studio behind Shaun the Sheep, the Wallace and Gromit, and all bunch of characters that. And Aardman has a courses of animation, and they brought a Shaun puppet. I held it in my, and I told my boss, okay, I need to do this course. It's only 3 months, and it was online, so it was manageable. But this was how I got to Manuel Nevado, Portuguese at Aardman, there for 10 years, and now a senior animator. So big. And he was my mentor. So I was meeting him once a week for 30 minutes. And that's all it took to create a bond between us, because in a way we are very kind of similar animators. We are a bit faster, we are very action-oriented, and we immediately hit it off. And this was the final project for the Aardman Academy course.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at bouncing on one leg. I like it. I don't know why. It's fun. I'm good at it. I like things I'm good at.
And so the course ended, and then I started applying what I learned Transformers Vida. So with this acquired knowledge, I really made the step up. I was storyboarding, I was using more professional equipment, and this is what came after the Aardman Academy course, just to put you in perspective of how much I got better at what I was doing. Bit of a far cry from my first ever animation, right? And I also tricked you all into watching an advertisement I did for this company who makes model kits. Because I also started getting like commercial, what I was doing on YouTube. And then a certain someone saw these videos, thanks to Emmanuel, and that was Bruno Caetano, who is a producer from Portugal, called Animation. And being a nerd just like me, he liked my work, and then invited me over to work on a little something. It was A Cadeira que Passa, which was short in the competition last year. And I spent just a month on this production. And the short film was directed by Emmanuel and produced by Bruno. And basically, I spent a month learning even more thanks to this production, which was my first ever professional production. And the experience I got was invaluable. And such an honor and such luck to be able. And with Bruno, with Cola, I've collaborated on some other projects. Which is on the international and national competition this year in CINANIMA, if you manage to catch it. And also Viernev, Viernev's VR project, Lucido. So I built a collaboration with Cola during these years. And then there was also the fact that thanks to the Arman Academy, I was able then to go to Annecy Festival for the first time. I would never have thought of. And this opened up even more possibilities. Annecy, I met, but I also, for example, met at Phantasmagoria Animation. And after a year of talking and stuff, I finally managed to get to work with them. So you really see the power of connection, getting to know people at events like. And with Phantasmagoria, I worked on a variety of short films. These are just a few. So far, this is my fifth stop-motion short film I'm doing with them. I'm filming right now in Torino. So on Monday, I'll go back and start animating again. Project of. And finally, this all brings us to my showreel, so that you can see kind of the evolution of where I'm at right now. Learned on YouTube. Worked with some companies. There should be another name there, but companies that produce these kinds of action figures. I'll show you. On one, and you will see vertical format, because now with Instagram and Reels and TikTok, you gotta understand that the horizontal format is not the norm anymore. Sometimes I shoot things in vertical directly.
Calling all Autobots. Set course for Europe. Transformers is the best European exclusive store to shop Transformers. I'll need this, and this. With robust packaging, light speed shipping, excellent after-sales service, and an immense selection of your favorite Transformers characters. You can even find a selection of upgrades for your figures by DNA Design and Toys. You feeling lucky? Well, Transformers hosts exciting events and giveaways where fans can win new figures. Enter the Transformers and a new age for your collection. Calling all Autobots. Set.
So apart from this, at Robin, we try to do cool stuff, and for example, using non-generative AI to help us in some workflows and finding new. And then obviously I go on a lot of festivals to meet people and experience, even touching maybe some awesome puppets like this Pinocchio here at Animart, or having a beer at CINANIMA, and then doing my own thing. So what's next? Well, I have one last story to tell you. And because, as you probably have heard, this was news from last year already. Aardman will be collaborating with Mattel to create a new revival of Pingu. You know Pingu, right? Even though. So little me, I must work on this. My greatest ambition is working at Aardman, and when I heard news about Pingu, with this goal in my mind, I had to get creative, and I started building things, and then finally, this is what came out of this, mind goal. So I posted this on my analyze with what we've learned from before, from my YouTube years. What I did was, as I told you, not vertical. And there's the crossover element. Raw, which is from the Wallace and Gromit universe, so two completely different film things, but united by Aardman now. And I was surfing also on Wallace and Gromit's new film. Now it's already 1 year old, almost, Vengeance Most Foul, where you had the return of Feathers McGraw. So crossover, parody, and all that stuff back again on this. And then there was also the point of treating the characters as accurately as possible. Pingu behaves and animates like Pingu. So it's on 24 frames per second a lot of the time. Don't know if you noticed. Well, Feathers McGraw is on 2s, so 12 frames per second. Moves and animates just like would. So that's what I mean about accuracy and way to show someone from maybe animation studio. One can handle different characters and different styles. That was like my business card of, oh, I can do both styles, you know? And the results, you can see here. Maybe these are a bit older, but it didn't move much from here. It had a huge, success. But then, yeah, I can show you also a bit of behind the scenes on this. And I was doing it just the way they were doing it in 1989, with the replacement shapes that you can see here. So there was also an accuracy in the workflow, you know. And well, actually, I have someone here who would like to say hi to you all. You want to take a look at him later closer? He came all the way here from Italy. He's my version of Pingu. So hang on, say hi. I'm in California. Yeah, that was me doing the voice as well. So I'll leave it here. You say put there. And after this, I made another one. This time, things happened. So, as you can probably imagine, it served the line for the Oscars, and now this probably helps because I got likes from Shaun the Sheep, from the official accounts from Shaun the Sheep and Wallace and Gromit, started following me, both actually. And apparently this video was shared within the Aardman group's social media stuff. So people got to know me inside of Aardman. Well, this then led to one more thing, which was a message from the Shaun the Sheep account asking for a video for their social media. And so I had an official collaboration with Shaun the Sheep's. That was incredible. And then, if that wasn't enough, I also got a call with a creative consultant from Mattel who asked me I would be able to work on some Pingu. That goes. So this was exactly what I wanted, like these small videos just to get noticed, and even getting calls like this, it's already enough because people have noticed me. So you see how I used some trends and a lot of elements to my advantage and getting some spotlight. So let's end with the kind of survival kit for online animators like yourself, if you want to become one as well. It's just a bunch of tips I want to give you. First of all, just post it. Just put it online and see what happens. Because even if you get feedback that's not positive, or people saying, "Oh, you could do this better," like everything is good for you because someone is seeing what you post. And if nobody is watching, well, just use the hashtags and try to follow some trends, and never be afraid to post. That's also very important. I know a lot of animators with introverts and are a bit not so sure of their works, even though their work is actually quite nice. The third is reach out to people. That's important, and you can do that not just at festivals. Maybe you don't have the time or the economic resources to go around that much, but even online, just sending messages, just trying out and see what happens. That's very important. And the fourth one, again, surf the trends, sure, but never forget to be yourself and show yourself to others as you are. So try a mix of both. You gotta sell yourself, but without losing yourself. And fifth, have fun, because why else are we doing this, right? And the reason why I do it, I would post on YouTube and all, is just to get reactions from fans and hearing their thoughts, and being able to read messages like adult men almost crying because of what I did and getting emotional. Like that's really the nicest the nicest thing to have. So thank you for listening and being here. Até logo. Obrigado. Muito obrigado.
I thank you all. Do you have any questions for Nico? Yes.
So I do have a LumaCan Instagram, but now I mainly post with my personal account, which is Nico Enjoy. Sorry? Yeah, with one C, Nico Enjoy. Yeah.
Thank you. But I just.
Thanks. Question there?
Obrigada. Thank you so much for the presentation. It was really nice. But I wanted to ask, like you said, animation takes a lot of time, and the trends are always changing. So how do you keep up with the trends when it's always changing? Like sometimes it's for a week, sometimes it's a month, sometimes it's even some days.
That's very true. That's very true. And when I'm talking about trends, maybe it's more got to do with things that are going to happen. Like, for example, the Oscars, or I just did a Pingu video for Halloween, for example. There are some fixed points in time that you can rely on, because I understand that following like memes and stuff like that with animation, not easy unless you have a team of people behind you. So that's also why I was telling you, be yourself, because You kind of lose yourself, I think, if you follow them too much. So if you have a way of making quick content based on those trends, then sure, that's the way. Maybe you have a few friends, a bunch of friends, so you have a bigger team that can work together. But I wouldn't do. Almost never did that. So that's what I meant when I. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi. Thank you
Hi.
for the presentation. It was very
Thank you.
good.
Thank you.
My question is like, I don't know if you felt that, but normally for me, I recently graduated, so I feel now that feeling of anxiety of now I need to find jobs, start doing things, and I have that anxiety that I'm kind of being left behind in the industry, trying to find things and not getting anywhere. So I wanted to ask, like, how, if you felt that, how did you work around it or live with it?
Right. I was very lucky because I did my thesis short and then I was immediately hired by Robin. So what I'm seeing with some of my friends is that sometimes they getting lost in this stressful situation and anxiety can lead to not being able to do anything. So what I would suggest is instead, while you wait for and send your CVs and tutorials, is just create and have fun while creating. And Instagram is great for this because it's a personal page, you can post whatever. And I'm talking not just finalized pieces, but also posts about some of, I don't know, the storyboards, the animatics. That's what I also do to have content, because it's important on Instagram. It's very important to keep posting something and just setting your goal, maybe posting once a week, something, even a picture of a drawing you did. That helps keeping active your brain and your creative. That's what I would say. Like, do stuff when you have time, of course. Yeah. That's also difficult.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, I would like to ask you your opinion about AI in animation. What do you think?
All right.
Future.
Are you? Of course, we're talking about generative AI. Is that correct? Like.
Yes.
So I had a very interesting conversation about this very point today, this morning. And what I think is that we, as an industry of animation and cinema in general, we need to educate people. The general public needs to be educated so that we as a whole, as humanity, we can reject certain kinds of generative AI that basically don't just steal, the copyrights of artistic inventions that we make, but they take our place. They take the place of our creative brains, and that's the part that makes us human, and do the job for us. Like, technology, I think, should be, of course, used as a tool. That's what you hear all the time. But as a tool that saves us some energies, but still let us be humans. If you take out the creative processes, then we become just like animals. Cannot even like create anything because there's something else doing it. So I say, and maybe in some part that's what I want to do. Becoming a professor is part of that. We need to educate people all the time, because we're gonna see AI slop every day more and more and more and more, and big corporations that don't want to spend money on creatives just gonna invest on that. Unfortunately, that's for sure. So.
Well, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
First of all, congratulations to the presentations and the good work. My question is, how did you feel on days when you were less motivated, and how did you turn those days to your advantage? Thank you.
All right. Difficult question because I did, in the years, I did feel less motivated a lot of times. Basically, when I felt less motivated, it was because I felt like this YouTube business was becoming too much of a job and I wasn't having fun. So that's where the fifth tip of being an online creator comes in. You have to have fun. If you're not having fun and just doing it for the money or for someone else, it becomes harder. So you just have to take a step back, maybe have a pause, and then start again when it happened.
Any more questions?
Oh.
Hello, good morning.
Hi.
Sorry for the question. I have one question. How much do you earn early?
How much?
Do you earn earning?
Earning,
yes.
Okay. So, sorry. It varies a lot because, of course, it depends on how well the videos do on YouTube and how much I post. The last video I posted was in January. So that's a long time. And in those months, the earnings they fell a lot. But it varies a lot in the sense that I would get sometimes 3 or 4 times normal salary from YouTube to half or even less. So varies a lot. Right now, for example, and I've been out of the YouTube business for a while, for months, because I've been working on other productions and all that. It's harder and harder to find the right way. So you need to be on the site and post and see what happens and try it out. But you can do a lot or very little. It depends.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you, at the beginning, did you monetize all your works, or for some good ideas, most?
I think I did monetize everything. Yeah. That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good. Well, thank you very much again for listening and me here. It was a pleasure.
Graced in the life that I get to live each day, and smile at the joy that I hold in my hand. This time when I go, will I take her with me? I'm sitting here, should I leave it all again? Oh, will I take her with me? Oh.